Hey, it's Tina, and I just designed a crochet pattern for Little Hawk Yarns. This video has been put together to show you how to do the crochet waffle stitch in the round. It's a little bit different than your standard waffle stitch, so if you go online and you look at your traditional crochet waffle stitch, you're going to see a little bit difference of a sequence. Now, if you're a savvy crocheter, you can work that out, but I thought that this video would help you get a handle on waffle stitch in the round. I'm going to show you an example of waffle stitch. Here it is. This is what it looks like. It is one of my favorite crochet designs. It's not only is it rhythmic to do, like I can waffle stitch till the cows come home because it's fun to do, but also it's because it changes it up. It's not too easy, it's not too hard, it's just somewhere in the middle and very rhythmic for me, but I do like a good rhythmic stitch. So waffle stitch, what you need is to go over to Little Hawk and participate in the slow yarn crawl, because we are participating in the slow yarn crawl as I am as a designer. You need to go get their kit, which is brown sheep. It's a brown sheep DK. Now, this will change eventually, but right now, this year, for the slow crawl, you need to go to Little Hawk and get the design and the pattern and the yarn there. And I'm about to show you how to do this stitch. I am using this yarn, this thicker yarn, just so that it's easier for you to see the stitch pattern. You can use any kind of yarn, clearly. It's just a matter of how many chain stitches in a multiple of 3 you need to cast on. So here's what you need to know. Cast on multiple of 3, because this is a 3-stitch pattern. You're going to do 1 round in single crochet. Your second round, you're going to switch to double crochet. The sequence for round 1 is 2 double crochets in the top stitch, and then 1 double crochet around the front post. And then when you get all the way around the circle, you're going to switch. Your first chain 2 and up is your first double crochet around the back post. You're going to do a second double crochet around the back post, and then you're going to do a single stitch on top of the front post that you did on the previous round. And that's to get this raised design here. Okay? That's so that you see this grid pattern. You're going to repeat that. 2 double crochets on the top, 1 around the front post, and then the next round is 2 double crochets around the back post, 1 double crochet on top of the next stitch, alternating around and around and around until your cowl is the size you want. To finish it off, single crochet around the edge, and you're done. That is the cowl. Now, go get the pattern. It'll tell you how many stitches to chain. It'll tell you what the yarn requirements are. It'll show you some fancy color changes and how to carry your color up the back. Other than that, you're good to go for this cowl. Make sure and go over to Little Hawk Yarns and like them. Make sure and follow me on this channel, because I do sometimes will come back and start doing my unfinished objects again. But from here on out, enjoy your cowl, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Okay, we are working on the waffle stitch in the round. This should help you do your Stargazer cowl if you're working on the slow crawl knit along from Little Hawk store. The way that we begin the cowl and put it into the round is to chain a multiple of 3. I've given you the specifics in the pattern for the size that I made out of their yarn, but a multiple of 3, and we are going to join in the round, but we are going to look at our chain, and I'm going to hold this up close to you. This is the front of the chain, this is the back of the chain, and you see those bumps that go along the bottom? If you do your first round into the back side of this chain, it will give you a prettier edge when you're finished, because this will become the edge. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to join in the round with a slip stitch. So I'm going into the first bump next to the tail right here, and we're going to slip this together. Try not to twist it, but you do have 1 round to solve this. There, and then through the first loop, and that is our slip stitch. Now I'm going to chain 2, 1, chain 2, and we're going to work into these back bumps. So single crochet into the back bumps. It is normal to double crochet, and if you want to double crochet you can. I just like the way the single crochet looked for my foundation stitch. It makes it so it doesn't stand out as far. So we're going to single crochet into the back bumps all the way around this circle. All right, I've single crocheted around the entire loop, and we are going to join it just like we did before with the slip stitch. There, and chain 2. This chain 2 counts as our first stitch, so then the next stitch will be in the top of the next space. Oops, we need to actually, I always chain 2 in between, but I do so loosely. If you want to chain 3, feel free. Double crochet into the space. There we go. So now we have 2. The next one will be around the front post. So we go in from the front, double crochet through the front post. You go in through the front, around to the back and out to the front again, and then bring your needle out, go through 2 loops, go through 2 loops. So we have 2 stitches between and 1 around the front post. And we're going to carry doing that all the way along between. And we're going to carry on doing that around. So we have 2 stitches and around the front post. We're going to go in between the next stitch and the next, and then unround the front post, down, through, out, and back in. Placement can be confusing, so it doesn't matter, it's arbitrary whichever one you pick, but if you're going to put your first double crochet in the chain above right next to the around the front post, you need to then skip a stitch before you do your next around the front post, but make sure there are 3 stitches in the sequence underneath the 3 stitches you're putting above. Consistency is what matters more than anything, but spacing can be confusing a little bit. Double crochet around the front post, and then we're going to skip and go between. And then the next stitch in between. And then the next one is around the front post. So let's open this up. In, around to the back, grab the yarn and out. So 2 double crochets in the top chains, 1 stitch around the front post for round 2, or round, I believe in the instructions it's round 1, and it is the round following the single crochet foundation. I'll take a break, finish around here, and show you how to join and do the next round. All right, we have come around the entire round. I'm now going to join with a slip stitch like I do. I try to do it through the top of the chain, but it's not a big deal if you can't. All right, slip stitch through, chain 2. This chain 2 is the first stitch in the round, but we do have a little complication in that. Nope, we're fine. Okay, so this is going to hold the place for a this is one of the stitches that this will count as one of the stitches around the back post. So we're going to go around for the next stitch and go around to the back, through the front, and back out the back with your double crochet. Up, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now this represents 2 around the back posts, and now our next stitch we're going to go on top, or through the chain on top of the next stitch. And that begins our sequence of around the back post. So pick up your yarn, go around into the back, to the front, back out to the back, around the post, pull it, and you're going to finish your double crochet. Second one, in from the back around the post, back out to the back, grab your yarn, up, 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 up. I think I grabbed something extra here. Let's do that again. Let's get this fixed. There we go. All right, we're going into the back of this post. Loop into the back, in from the back to the front, back out to the back, pick up yarn, pull it up, through two, and we have 2 stitches through the back post. The next stitch will be into the top or into the chain. Okay, so we're going to carry on around going 2 stitches through the back post, 1 stitch at the top. And your stitch at the top should line up with your stitch through the front post on the last round, because what we're building is in sort of a grid that pops up. Okay? Okay, that's it for your tutorial on the waffle stitch at the round. I hope this helps you with the pattern. Remember, Little Hawk Yarns, and I'll put a link below in the info. I will also put a link to, if I can find this on the Ravelry page. It may show up somewhere else, but I'll put a link to the pattern. I'll put a link to Little Hawk Yarns, or the pattern info. I'll put a link to the slow yarn crawl so that you know what I'm talking about. And hopefully this helps you. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. All right, I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. Bye.